Hello
Welcome back.
to the couch.
And first of all, I want to call out my awesome new shirt
Woo!
from the Lost Bros, so be sure to check them out. I'll link their Instagram page down below and their website, where you can also buy one of these. I think they might be on back order right now, but
The t-shirts
highly
are the
recommend.
best.
They're so comfortable.
Yeah.
And they're just really genuinely nice people. So,
Yeah, I have the Sparrow Rum Company shirt.
yeah. So there you go. Anyway, welcome back. Today we're going to talk a little bit about some of our favorite Disney memories.
Some happy things.
Yeah, we've just been like inundated by a lot of like crazy Disney news. Things are changing. Not forever, but maybe. I mean, it might impact our
For quite a while, at least.
vacations, yeah, for a while. So we're just going to reminisce on some less confusing and less changing times at Disney.
Yeah.
When things were normal.
One of my first memories, well, kind of my only real first memory of Disney, was when we went on my first trip in 1998, I believe it was. And I got to see the faded pink birthday cake castle, or the Pepto-Bismol castle, as some people have called to know it. I remember being like in love with the place the second I walked in. I had a great time. It rained a bunch, because why wouldn't it? It's Disney.
When did you go? Do you remember like what time of year it was?
I want to say it was like May, June, somewhere in there. It would have been like right after we got out of school for the year.
It's probably June.
Yeah, so yeah, around there. But I remember going, and obviously me being young at the time, I couldn't go on a lot. So probably one of my favorite Disney memories was my brothers were on Space Mountain, and I don't know where my mom went, but me and my dad went on the People Mover like 7 times in a row, because they didn't let you off because, you know, there was no one else there that day, so it was pouring and you could just...
I know, I wish that they would still let you do that, but I feel like the People Mover has become such a hot ticket item that they
Yeah.
don't let you just stay on it anymore. You have to get back off, and there's always a line. It moves quickly, but yeah, I remember those days when, like, my mom and I used to do this, like, something similar. We would get a snack from the bakery on Main Street, and then we would go and just ride the People Mover and, like, chill, eat our snacks. We would stay on, like, 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Do it. Let people stay on.
Right? It's
But
fun.
then they'll never get off.
It's true, but we would never get off. We'd take like a half-hour break and just...
One of the ones that came to mind from, like, my younger years was... I think it was one of the last ones we went on, like, as a whole family when I was younger, before, you know, the recession hit and everything. But my brothers were young enough that they would get, like, tired midway through the day. Granted, I am in my late 20s, and I also feel that way now.
Yes.
I need to go back and relax. But at the time, I was in, like, late elementary school, and my mom agreed to stay behind with me while my dad took my brothers back to the hotel. And we went, and that was my first experience, like, walking around all the countries, because when we were younger, like, we kind of found it a little bit more boring, which once we discovered Kid Cop Fun Stop, that changed. But I just remember my very first time, like, going around to all the countries with her and thinking I was so cool. Yeah, I think that's what really solidified my love for Epcot.
I vaguely remember Epcot when I was a kid. I remember just calling it the golf ball, which I know in one of our earlier videos I said it's not a golf ball, but it was when I was a kid. Anyway, another one of my favorite memories was in the same trip in 98-ish, I'm gonna say 98, was a character breakfast. We stayed at Fort Wilderness during that time. It was a lot of fun. And then we had a character breakfast at the Wilderness Lodge, which was very, very cool. And at the time, we got to meet Pocahontas and Meeko. My mom sent me pictures of me and Pocahontas, actually, a few days ago, so it was kind of funny. But I don't remember the food at all, minus the Mickey waffles.
A couple of just, like, trips that I've taken that are favorites of mine would be, I guess, like, my entire high school band trip, my senior year. I don't think that there's a single thing about it that, like, I would change. It was just such a fun time. That was, like, my first time getting to be, like, independent. And despite having, like, chaperones, we were kind of allowed to just go off and do whatever we wanted, and then just check in with our chaperones every once in a while. So there's just a lot of, like, funny memories from that. And also my 16th birthday, my mom and I went to Disney World for one day. Like, we were there for less than 24 hours. Flew in the morning of my birthday, like earliest flight possible from Connecticut. And we stayed at Pop Century. That was my first time staying there. And so we like dropped off our bags, went right to the park. And that was the year that they were doing like Celebrate Everything, I think it was called. So I got in free since it was my birthday, and so my mom just had to pay for her ticket. The hotel was like $80 at the time. I mean, that
never see that again.
No. Now Pop is like $150 on average a night. But bottom line. And we had like a bunch of frequent flyer miles, so it was like such a super cheap trip. But we went to Magic Kingdom for the day, so that was such a fun like way to play hooky. Yeah, so just like those little like one-off random trips like in high school were really memorable for me.
Another good memory of the 98 trip. This is really what I'm gonna base it off of. I was still too short to go on Splash Mountain with my brothers, so my mom took me on Pirates of the Caribbean for the first time. I think we did it 3 times in a row because there was a 0 wait time. Or technically it said 5 minutes, but nobody was in line and we could just keep going around and around. You'll never see that again. And it was raining too, so it was weird that there weren't any more people on the ride than that. But so it's kind of the only things I really remember about the 98 trip. I know we ate at a place right outside of Disney property and I had corn dogs for the first time. I don't know why I remember that.
Interesting.
But I remember that.
Another like kind of random memory, but one that really sticks out in my head is my brothers were having like a bad day or like a bad start to the morning, and they were crying when they came into Animal Kingdom. And so one of the cast members came up and said, oh, like we noticed you're having like a rough start to your day. We'd like to make it a little more magical. We're gonna give you VIP like access to the Festival of the Lion King, which now I think you have to have a fast pass to get that. So we got to go be like in the front of the section for the lions, and because my brothers were the VIPs, they gave them the option first if they wanted to like be the person to get up and roar, but they didn't want to, so I got to do it, and that was like one of the coolest things. I just remember like getting up there and being like rah and thinking I was like the coolest thing since sliced bread. I was the poop, so to speak. The shiz. Oh, I have a really funny one too at Animal Kingdom. So this was on the high school band trip, and I don't think I've told this before on this channel, which is crazy. I was going to get, I loved the strawberry like ice, it's not ice cream, but like frozen strawberry bars. And I like really, really badly wanted one. So I went up, and the guy who sold me the ice cream bar, the cast member, was just like chatting it up with us. We're like around, you know, he's a couple years older than us, so we're just talking like friends. And then all of a sudden he says, oh, do you play baseball? And I was like, huh? And he throws the ice cream bar at me, and it hits me in the face. And he was like, oh my god, like clearly, obviously he meant no bad, like he had no bad intentions there. I just have very poor reflexes and like slow reaction time. So he was like, what? Oh, I've done that like so many times, and like everyone like ducks or like catches it, but you just stood there. And I was like, I don't know, I don't have good reflexes. And so he felt so bad that he gave me a free Mickey Premium bar in addition, and had everyone in the area sing, like spontaneously sing happy birthday to me. It wasn't my birthday, but he just made them do it anyway. I mean, it was like a few weeks later, so it kind of counted, but he didn't know that. But yeah, that's like just a hilarious memory that we have from that trip.
So probably the best Disney memory of all time, our engagement.
Yeah, well,
crushed it.
Worst for you.
Yeah, that was
until after.
Stressful. So stressful.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I've ever told the full story on here. Have I?
I don't know, but keep it brief.
I'll give you the highlights. So that morning, I couldn't take like any medicine. I have like an allergy pill I take every day. Couldn't swallow it, thought I was gonna throw up, terrible. I wore a button down to the park because like I knew I was proposing, but obviously she didn't.
I was like, what the hell is the matter with you, kid? Like, you don't need to look good in pictures. It's sweaty, it's like 85.
And I was like, no, I'm comfortable. I was like, nah, I'm good. I got this. And like I'm trying to be like I had the ring in my right hand pocket, so I kept her on the left. And then I was trying to figure out, I was like, I'll do it in front of the big Mickey hat. Lo and behold, Mickey hat isn't there. So great, figure this out again. Right in the center of the boulevard, looking at Chinese theater. And then as I got down on one knee, everything went black. And that's all I heard. I couldn't figure out anything. And
yeah,
then
I swore in front of the children.
It was, yeah, it was bad. But
I'll see if I can like splice in the video so you can see. It's like really quick because Evan got down on one knee and said it so fast. No speech, no nothing. Just all of a sudden, will you marry me?
I had a speech.
So big. Just like, so my brothers who were filming it were like, ah, like mashing on that button trying to record it in time.
Whoops.
So,
I had a speech right and I forgot.
If you're planning to record a proposal,
just start when they're walking over.
Start when they walk over, not when they're getting ready.
Regardless, something cool about that whole thing though is 2 cast members ran out of the hat shop and gave us the Mickey and Minnie groom and bride hats, which was really cool.
Well, and the other one had the pins for us. Like they had already written it. It was like so fast.
Yeah, we were just like
already,
getting
like,
things.
Wrote like engagement that like with like the date and like they put the hats on us and we were like, do we have to pay for these? Like,
and they were like, nope, just take them and go.
It was like weird, but
yeah, it was a crazy day.
Yeah, and that photographer was like in such a bad mood too, I think, that was taking the pictures.
Yeah.
But then when she like realized what was happening, like I think we made her day. And like some of the other cast members too.
And this was like 9 a.m.
taking
so
our pictures. So
not
we're
a good
probably
day.
on Twitter somewhere.
Yeah.
From a few years, like four years ago? It was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was good.
That's my favorite.
I like the day after when we were at California Grill celebrating. It was also like my graduation, his law school graduation, my dad's birthday, my brother's birthdays. So it was just like a big old celebration. We got like
schmear.
So many free desserts. We got free champagne. It was just like a really fun night.
I had expensive ramen.
I know, they've never had that on the menu again.
It was so good.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
California Grill, if you're watching it.
Megan didn't know if she could make it on the plane the next morning.
Almost didn't.
It was a rough night. But it was fun. And then I think like most recent memory would be the honeymoon part. Like,
yeah.
I think that was when we really started relaxing at Disney. Not feeling like we had to like go crazy all the time. And part of it was because we were both sick, more me than him.
Yeah, I got better on like day 3. And she got sick through like
he
day
got like
4.
sick on day 1 and better on day 3. That's how his illnesses work. Mine last for like months.
Depends on the illness, but yes.
Heavy medication. But yeah, so I ended up being sick on it. But it was, I don't know, we took it easy and we got to
fast passes.
We slept a lot, but like did a lot of walking around resorts, like really enjoyed the Polynesian.
Yeah.
I loved going out on the boats.
That was a lot of fun.
That's really like something I want to do again on our next trip because it really wasn't that expensive and it was so cool to be out on Seven Seas Lagoon and Bay Lake and like passing the ferry boats and like just seeing the castle from that like perspective. And
super cool.
It was just really neat. So highly recommend doing it with a small or big group.
Yeah.
You can get the charter boats, like you can do it over in, I think it's Crescent Lake is the other one. Near Boardwalk and stuff. I think that's what it's called. I think you can do boat rentals over there as well, do fishing, like whatever. Do it. It's such a cool experience.
Just don't fish on the side of the Contemporary because cast members will yell at you.
They were yelling at people who were doing that when we were there. It wasn't us. It was some dude fishing.
We were in the boat going. And then all of a sudden a cast member goes, "No fishing from the Contemporary!"
I don't know. Just like
so many memories.
great times. Let us know some of your favorite Disney memories. If you want to make your own video about your favorite memories and share them with us,
please do.
Please do. We would love to hear about them. We love reminiscing with people and looking back at old photos and videos, and I think that's why we're excited that even though we don't have like a huge following, hopefully yet, but it's just nice to be able to go back and like watch our vlogs and see all the pictures we took. And we try our best when we're there now to not, like, even though the past 2 trips we've taken, we've done vlogging, we take a lot of pauses and a lot of time. Like, we're not filming the whole time.
No, we don't want to ruin the moment.
Yeah, we do a lot of, like, okay, quickly film this and then stop and we're gonna actually, like, eat the whole thing instead of doing the whole thing on camera.
Yeah.
I mean, we try our best to be, like, authentic when we're on the camera, but there's still just something different about the way your brain processes things and where your focus is when you're filming. So, yeah, that's all. But
thanks for hanging with us.
Subscribe, like our video.
Or don't.
Don't do that. And be sure to check us out again later on this week with another video.
And find us on Instagram and Twitter.
We don't have a send-off, so bye!